Hello, I am Jyoti Devan from Sri Ram Swaroop Memorial University, Lucknow, and I have seen you in your highs and in your lows, and I just want to know what motivates you and inspires you when you're down below, and how you maintain your balance when you're like being applauded by everyone.
You saw me in my lows. I was trying really hard to escape everybody at the time.
And what
you
makes you
managed.
have a level head when you're like being applauded and awarded and all that?
Um, I think you have to be level-headed because I have to move forward. If I get stuck with the accomplishments of one particular time in my life, then, there's more to achieve in the future. But I enjoy what I do, and that's very important. I really enjoy what I do. I love going to work. I love shooting. I love doing whatever I do. And I think that keeps you going, and that accomplishments come from, having done your work right in the evening when you finish working, to me.
But it's an uncertain world, the world of glamour. So what inspires you, helps you to maintain your strength when you're competing with like the best for eyeballs and for mind space?
Let's give others a chance.
It is uncertain, but like I said, you cannot work here around in the industry keeping that in mind. It is uncertain, and I think every job is. In some ways or the other. Mine is slightly more, and also because we always, spoken about, written about, it seems more obvious. But it's in the nature of the job, and just, like I said, continuing to work is the only way. I think it's the most simple way, and that's the only way, and only thing that's worked for me.
Okay, Anushka, we're also getting a lot of questions from the internet. There is one question from Vimal in Gujarat. He says, you worked with SRK and now you're working with Amir Khan. How easy or tough was it to be paired with the two? And also, who was the easier person to work with? Amir Khan is supposed to be quite a nightmare, apparently.
You think I'm going to answer that?
Come on.
No, that's not going to happen.
You're the real woman. You're fearless.
Yeah, but I'm not dumb.
Okay, say nice things.
They're both lovely and no, really they are. I'm serious. They're lovely. They're different. Very focused. I think I know Shah Rukh better because I've done 2 films with him, so the comfort level is different. But Amir is a real joy to watch. It's like, like she was talking about all the distractions and all the insecurities that come with the job. But he manages to compartmentalize his work so well that when he's doing something, like whether he's in a reading or he's doing a look test or he's shooting, that's all that he's doing at the moment. Nothing else matters.
But we're paired with such strong actors, actors who pretty much take up the whole frame. How difficult is it to assert yourself? Do you think that you're being relegated to bit parts when you're sharing screen space with them?
To me, that thought has never occurred. I think both the films that I've done with Shah Rukh, I liked my role. I loved my roles, actually, in both films. Especially in my first movie. I was, if not, it was definitely an equal role. And in your very first film to achieve that, I think it was, I guess, I was lucky. And at the same time, Shah Rukh never made me feel like I was a newcomer or I didn't know enough or well enough. So it just makes it easy then.
And from what I've read, Shah Rukh Khan also felt you gave him quite a run for his money, especially when it came to the dancing scenes and everything.
I just rehearsed more than he did because I had nothing else to do. And he had many movies to shoot.
Okay, the gentleman there in the black waistcoat. Please make your question really crisp, no observations, simple, straight question. Identify yourself first.
Thank you. My name is Santosh. I am from Chennai. I subscribe Filmfare.
Yes.
And also I subscribe Times of India paper. And every time, on every issue, there is some cover story about you or about your films or pictures of you. And I heard the stories are paid.
Are paid?
Paid stories.
What?
Paid stories.
Paid stories?
Yes.
Who's telling you this? Your newspaper wala?
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think they all accept. They are laughing. That means they're all accepting. Thank you.
I think
Are
that's
you all
an unfair
laughing because
assumption.
you're accepting? Raise your hands if you're laughing because you're accepting. No, listen, there is something known as MediaNet, but that's used for films. And I have never subscribed to that ever. I think, in fact, I've always maintained a low profile. I find it very difficult to talk about what nail color I changed, or which holiday I went for, or what a fan told me in an airport. So, no.
Or maybe you're doing roles that get you on the cover.
The cover, to matlab, it's a damn good thing. Yeah, why the hell are you making me feel bad about it?
This gentleman here.
It takes a lot of work to get there. Come on, Chennai, come on.
This gentleman here in the front.
Hi, my name is Swapan Seth. So last night I read an interview where Johnny Depp said he was scared of fear. Do you find fear fearsome? And fame?
I'm always constantly in a state of fear and nervousness all the time. But I think with each film, and as I'm progressing in my career, I've managed to channelize that nervous energy into performance. And I've realized that it helps. Because it's going in the right direction. And most of the time that happens because there's too much going on in your head. And it's not just your job, I mean, there's sometimes people are talking, you have to make some decisions, which, I mean, that mostly to me, the fear and the worry comes from outside, factors. But you just channelize it into the right way.
Okay, this lady here in the front, but before that, Anushka, I wanted to ask you this. The big buzz right now is you're doing Steven Spielberg's next film. Out with it. What's really going on?
I have no comment to make on that.
Please, little bit, hint. Are you in talks?
I thought I gave such a nice answer. I've never given like
Did
a
he speak to you?
one-line answer. I have no comment to make on that.
Have they approached you?
God, you're so pushy.
My job.
I have no comment to make on that. I have no comment to make on that. I'm serious, ma'am. I have no comment.
The lady here in the front.
Anushka, I just want to ask you, as a newcomer, you just, your first film was with Shah Rukh. How difficult was it to break into the industry and bag such a great role? It doesn't happen with everyone. Was it very difficult?
Often I'm very ashamed to tell people my story and how I got my first film because there's no struggle in it, and then it just seems like it's a boring story. Because I just auditioned and I got the film. And it's as simple as that. Yes, that's it. I just auditioned and I got the film.
General Malik, please.
It was a good audition. I did well.
Anushka, first thing I want to tell you, as an ex-army man, I'm very, very proud of you. And all other
Thank you,
girls
sir.
who are doing so well in whatever career that they have chosen, including somebody who's sitting next to you, Padmaja. You have mentioned about your army background. Would you like to elaborate a little more that beside the parents' influence, your father was in field area many a times, and your mother looked after you, both as a father and a mother. What other aspects of army life have you imbibed or have you felt influence your life?
The army men wear the same uniform. And to me, that symbolizes, I've always seen my friends and my friends' parents, equally. We've never thought about things like our economic status or, because everything was very equal. I think when you're given that sort of a security as a kid, because, what could you know as a child? What would you, what kind of, you don't know what the problems are till you face them. It's only when I got out and I've got into films that these topics of, equality, etc., came forward. But I would say it's just that there was always equality. So that kept me in a, me and all the other kids, I think, in a state where we could then accomplish a lot more other things. We didn't have to struggle through all these thoughts and, and then make our way. We were already, stable and stationed.
Sabha.
Hi, Anushka, I'm Sabha from Headlines Today. What is that one thing you would want to change about your profession? What is that one thing you don't like about being an actress? What is it? Is it the promotions, the makeup, what is it?
I just wish they paid us more, actresses. There was some way of deciding, like some kind of way of deciding better paychecks for us.
Anushka, you come from a non-film background, but you said your audition was, you gave a good audition, you got in. But after that, to make your mark, was there a point where you had, where you would face self-doubt, where you said this is not the right place? Was there a really uncomfortable moment for you where you realized that maybe the film industry was not such an easy place to be?
After my first film release, I didn't have a film for 6 months, and I came out in a very big film, so the hype was a lot, and people knew about me. So it's when you struggle after doing a film, that struggle is far worse than struggling before you grab the first opportunity. But that time was very helpful. See, I came from a very protected environment, For me to understand this world was very important, and especially because I never thought that I was going to become an actress. It's only when you grow up thinking that you want to be an actor, you kind of are aware of how to behave. I had problems like I didn't know how to react when people came up to me with, for interviews or, not for autographs, and, if they would notice me. I just didn't know how to react. These small things like these. And those 6 months, I think I just kind of stabilized and understood what I was doing, where I was. And I think that was important. So if that time hadn't come, I don't know, maybe I would have been maybe I wouldn't be here right now.
But was there a time when someone said, ma'am, you don't have a film, 6 mahine ho gaye, what about an item number, thoda sa aisa kar lo, the scene demands it?
When everybody wants to give you advice after your first film, everyone has an opinion, everyone wants to give you an advice. And it's like, I've tried to do things slightly differently in terms of the roles that I've picked up. But after my first film, the same kind of roles came to me, the same. Like I played a, small town girl, Tani from Amritsar, and all the roles that came were like that. So it was difficult to say no, because then there was nothing else, anything else happening. And then of course the pressure from the media was, what are you doing next? What's the next film? What's going to happen next? But I think I just maintained, my ground, because I wanted to do only good films. I wanted to do films that I could be convinced doing. That conviction is very important. It comes through. When you're performing, when you're acting in a movie, and you genuinely feel conviction for the project that you're doing, I don't know how, but it always translates on screen.
That lady there in black.
Hi Anushka, I'm Sharma from TV Asia. What is the one dream role that you'd like to play?
These questions like dream role and, what's your favorite film and favorite song, I really don't know how to answer these questions. There is no dream role. I actually don't have the capacity to imagine a very good role. I could not have imagined that I'd get a role like Shruti Kakkar, which I think is it's a very significant character film in my life. But I could never imagine at the time that I could get a film or character like that. So I think it's best left to, we have lovely filmmakers right now. They come from all parts of the country. They have different experiences and they've seen life differently. So they're coming and, doing some really unique work. And I just want to leave it to them to decide and pick me for the right roles. Because even if I did have a dream role, like what am I supposed to do about it? It's not like I have enough money to make the film with that dream role anyway. So,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anushka, a final question. Shah Rukh Khan just said a couple of days ago that in my films, in the credit rolls, I'm going to have the female actors' name first and then the male actors. Do you think something like that is going to work? Is it really going to change mindsets within the industry? What is the mindset really?
I think it's a lovely gesture on his part, but in my opinion, there should be no discrimination on the basis of gender. If an actress is more popular than the actor, her name should come first. Like, for example, Ishaq Zadeh was a film. It starred Parineeti Chopra and Arjun Kapoor. Now, Parineeti had already done a film and she was slightly more popular than Arjun Kapoor, but Arjun Kapoor's name came first. So I think it should be just on the basis of popularity and not on the basis of gender.
Is that also because of his famous last name? His lineage?
Okay, fine. Then Band Baja Barat. Ranveer Singh's name came before mine.
All right, can we have a huge round of applause for Anushka Sharma?